Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Sorry for the snarking and the snuffles. My allergies are pissed. It's apparently very, very windy out. I just took some Benadryl. Hopefully that'll start kicking in soon. And of course, our internet connection is unstable. Wonderful. Wonderful. Because of course it is. I did get a little bit of work done on Chungi last night, so we kind of got the stomach filled in a little bit there. I'm working down here right now. So I've got Chungi a little bit of a pillow there, because we need to fill out this section down here. So the angle might be a little bit awkward. Sorry. Only so much I can do about that. But I did record working on his stomach awkwardly. Hopefully we can use it. It was just much of this. It wasn't anything earth-shattering. Oop. Look at what you're doing. Something flashed in the chat and distracted me. Stream Elements has joined us. Alright, so still no update on my effing yarn order, or the rest of it, I should say. Russell's like, I tell you to call them, but he goes, you're probably gonna get waylaid by some effing automated system and not get anywhere. I'm like, yeah, because I wrote that email on the evening of the 13th. It is now the 18th. And I still don't know where the rest of my order is or if they're going to process it. And so now my mom's account has 20-some dollars in limbo. Not happy. Yeah. I never hold these earphones, the button on the earphones, long enough to change the tracks. I either end up pausing it or something. Alright, but his underside's not quite as flat. I didn't want it to be too rounded though, because we got the bottom of our turtle shell that we have to put in there. Probably gonna have to refill fluff bags by the time we're done again. So we'll say this is the remainder of what's in the, what was the 10-ounce bag of fluff. I haven't had to open the 20-ounce bag yet. I don't know if we'll need just a little bit out of there. I don't know yet. We'll see. Alright. So, getting this all happy. Or we'll try to. So we don't have that much further, and I really need to get the colors started here. But the shape also needs to be right, you know? Whew, my arm is getting a workout. Whew. From my shoulder down to my fingers. Alright, let's see. At least we didn't have to go to Drumright today. Apparently that's in Oklahoma. Russell and I are so confused. Apparently his other aunt has multiple properties. There's a property in Oklahoma and a property in Missouri. But apparently they weren't able to sell the Missouri property or the Oklahoma property, so they're still there. Or they go back and forth or something. I don't fucking know. But it would have been 2.5 hours one way. I would not have been very happy. We certainly weren't doing it last night. It was too late. Really don't want to be driving unfamiliar roads in the dark. No, thank you. Apparently they had thrown the keys on someone's bed, I guess, in the RV instead of hanging them up. So instead of actually searching, I guess, they're like, oh, they're lost. Instead of fully retracing steps. I don't know. If you hear a squeaking or a weird noise in the background, my chair is squeaking because I'm like shaking the entire chair. Trying to stab through all of this. There's a lot of polyfill here. We are quite compacted. Russell said he was impressed I got it to stand even without the tail on it. I'm like, but the tail is on there. He goes, yeah, but it's not really touching the ground all that much. And I was like, oh. Like, yeah, I guess so. Alright. So, get this. Oh, careful. Put this in here. So at least we didn't have to go on that adventure. So we didn't end up doing Momo's pain medication last night because we wanted to see how he was doing. And he was still grumbling and still waking me up. And I think we finally figured out that he's mad at his blankets. That he couldn't get under them the way he wanted to when he got mad. And just was like, wake up and fix it so I can get back in my bed. Because he woke me up a couple times. The last time I remember him waking up, it was almost 7, and he had his little feet crossed on the edge of the bed, and he was waggling his tail, and oh, it was a happy sound. It was more like a good morning, wake the fuck up, instead of the other ones of I'm not happy, wake up. He had a different sort of grumbly attitude. It was more of a Grammy's up, it's time to get up, everybody get up. I'm like, no, Mama. It's not time to get up. Mommy doesn't get up when Grammy gets up. Okay. So. Oh, wait. Should that be more like. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna have to tilt him up a bit here so we can see. Although you guys can probably see a little bit better than me at the moment. And I know it's difficult because it's all white on white, but we are almost done filling out the underside. And then we'll need to go and get some colors. I was really hoping that yarn order was going to be here in full because there was a couple of colors off of there I could have used on here. It's another reason why I'm mad. Alright. I had to take all of the fluff out of my pillow last night and re-fluff it. Like, we had to restuff the pillow. It's one of those adjusty pillows that comes with like foam bits that you can take in and out of it. And it seemed to have completely compacted to where the inner case was all floppy, and Russell's like, oh yeah, this is weird. I was like, yeah, it just kind of did it last night. And I got super upset with everything being weird, and he's like, no, he goes, I understand now. He's like, now that I'm touching it. Because I asked him if we still had the bag of the extra fluff that we saved. And he goes, yeah, I think I know where it's at. And he goes, well, before I add to it, let me pull everything out and refill it because it feels like extra compacted down in the corners. He goes, because you had me take that out for a reason, because I don't want to put it back in if it doesn't really need to be there. So he's like, let me try this first. I think it might have helped a little bit, but I'm not sure. Pillows and I just don't see eye to eye with my neck. It's like Goldilocks on overdrive. Too hard, too soft, too big, too small, too floppy. Oh my god, this gave me a migraine, you know? Oh my god, this made my neck hurt. And there's like no real adjustment period for me in a pillow. It either works or it doesn't. Like I can usually tell within like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of laying on something. Sometimes a lot faster than that. Sometimes it's like 30 seconds. If it's gonna work, depending on how it's compressing my neck. All right, let's see here. So it does seem to be getting gradually less back here. And I think it's partially because I don't know if I was just not adding enough, but I don't know if I'm mad about that. That might be okay. As long as I can get these leggies a little bit more stabilized. Which again might end up being something that ends up fully happening once we get the color on, but I'm gonna try to see what we can do about these back leggies. Like they're gonna be a little flimsy in here apparently for right now. I mean, these felt pretty tight when I was making them, but now they don't feel as tight compared to the rest of the body. They could have been tighter. Okay. So we just need a little bit more. Okay, that was like a little weird divot there. So let's just go ahead and fill that in. Alright. So I think we just need to kind of fill out maybe back in here. Just to kind of fill out the section around our tail. Alrighty. See how that looks once we get all up in here. Hope everybody's Monday's going all right. so this piece isn't as thick as it could potentially be. But we'll see. Alrighty. I want to do another wrap on the legs here. Like, not around the entire legs, but just to re-secure it. I was going to try to start a little bit sooner today, but I was tired. Had a hard time falling asleep, and then with Momo waking me up, and had a bit of a headache last night by the time I did get to bed. Okay. Remove your pillow, Chungy. Okay, so we need to give that some attention back here. Just a little bit. All right. Okay, so it's gonna be hard for you guys to see this part just because of the angle that I need to see it. But I kind of need to see them from both sides. You can kind of see. He's bouncing all over the place, though. She. Chungy's supposed to be a girl, but I keep calling him him. I call everything him. It's my default. Alright. I don't like that angle, Chungy. I'm sorry. Alright, it's probably a little bit easier for you guys to see from this side anyway. So, I was playing a little bit more Coral Island last night on my off-stream game. And, found out a few more things. So you have to do House Upgrade 3 if you want to get married. And that house upgrade is a pretty fucking penny. That's like 40 grand. And I had been dragging my feet using the dehydrator. That was not the right move to do, because apparently the scavengeables from diving, when dried, they can be worth quite a bit. Which kind of surprised me. I was like, oh damn, no wonder people are happy when you give them this as a gift. It's worth a lot. So that is something to keep in mind. Alright, this isn't looking too bad here. At least it's a little bit more even. Sorry, it's pointed a little bit away. Whew. I'm chilly, but I'm hot at the same time because I'm getting quite a workout here. This polyfill really compacts super hard. And I've got like no arm strength whatsoever. So at this point I have a feeling this arm's gonna be stronger than the other one. Okay, so you know, last night I had your front legs like really good and in there. This leg keeps trying to collapse on us though. Alright, let's see what we can do about these leggies. Let's see if we can do something about them. Give you a little bit more substantial hip or something. Alright. That might need to be a little bit longer. Okay. So let's see if we can maybe do something like this. Kind of give him a little bit more of an anchor point. Maybe on the outside of this leggy. At this point I think you guys can see a little bit better than I can. On this guy, I'm just kind of guessing where he's going. Yeah, so when I checked our weather last night, we have rain chances starting Thursday all the way through Tuesday. So definitely no white Christmas for us because it's going to be too warm. But maybe a muddy Christmas? Kinda, sorta. I'm just kind of trying to tack down this little wrappy guy that we've just kind of put around him here in the hopes, oh, careful, that went all the way through. I felt it just barely touch the finger protector on the other side. Let me see here, Chungus. You got a little thin on me right there, buddy. A little bit thinner than I wanted you to be. Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I just need to take a break. Oh.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I need to take a break.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so let's see here. I know this is a really bad angle, but like I said, I need to be able to see in here. What? Hold on. Chungus. Take it easy. Trying to fix your leggy. So this is going to take a little bit of awkward angles. To try to make that work. God, I thought you were gasping for a second. I was like, sorry. What the hell's the matter? So, old cat is starting to feel sassy enough about being mad about going in the kennel at night. Which I guess is a slight improvement, because the first couple nights she didn't put up much of a fight. But apparently last night she was very mad. So we're taking that as a good sign. That she's feeling well enough to give us an attitude. Right, this side's still kind of soft in comparison. I don't know if I flung a piece of fluff. Oh my, Chungus! What happened? Okay. Oh, there's a piece of fluff.
What happened to Chungus?
It might have just been the way that they were resting on the foam pad. Their one leg was like noticeably shorter. What the hell? Alright, well. Tell you what. Don't know if this is going to be enough. Alright, Chungy. Is this the right leg? No. It's this leg. I almost made you even shorter. Okay. Might have just been the way the tail was resting on the foam pad, but you kind of needed your foot a little bit more footed. We don't need you as off balance as I am. That's not gonna make anybody happy. As it is, I might be putting little grippies on the bottom of your feet to keep you from sliding around. With some puff paint. I don't know if that really helped our cause or if that needed to be a little bit thicker. Because your foot's still a little squishy there on the bottom. Nope. You need a little bit more there, Chungus. Watch, we're gonna like end up overcompensating. I'm trying not to, but we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have to be careful here because our leggy's not as thick as the body, so we can't just go too crazy. But we also have to get this really compacted here and attached. I mean, if we do this enough times, it'll definitely lengthen it. It's just a matter of how much do we have to do it. Alrighty. Nope, that's still pretty squishy. Get that other finger out of there. The other one's down far enough where I shouldn't hit it. The other two, though, are in prime stabbing locations. The unprotected ones. Pinky should be more than fine. If I hit the pinky, then something's terribly, terribly gone wrong. Alright, let's see. How are we doing, Chungus? That's a little better. I mean, there's still a slight gap on that foot, but we might be able to take care of that with the color. Okay. Whoop, hit my light. Okay. Now, we have to do our wrap on this guy to get him kind of around the seam. Let's see if we can. Okay, let's see if we can get this wrapped around here, and I know it looks like a hot mess at the moment, but we have to trust it. It'll start to shape up here. Let's see. I'm feeling pretty good shape-wise with where we're at. And husband was what's the right word? I think he said he was impressed that it was standing under its own weight without any wires. Because we didn't go armature wire this time. Which I don't know if that helped us or not. It certainly saved my needles. I probably would have broken like 6 of them by now. And it might have saved me a little bit of time, because it allowed me to go a little bit faster without worrying about glancing off the wire on the inside. I know some people use pipe cleaners twisted together for their skeletons. I broke a couple, well, I broke at least one needle because I was using like hard wire, not like pipe cleanery wire. That's a little bit thinner. And while it's still bendy, it's not as bendy. And I didn't have that many pipe cleaners anyway, because I would have had to have twisted multiple together, I think. Alright, so hopefully this will do the trick to help stabilize this leg. It worked on the front too, kinda, Kind of, sort of. So how's everybody doing today? Getting closer to the holiday season. Well, the end of the holiday season, I guess. I like really want to write another email about my order, but I don't think they're going to answer it, so at this point I don't know what to do. I just want to know if they're actually going to process the rest of it at this point. Did somebody else get the rest of my yarn? Like, what the hell's going on? Somebody else opened their yarn order and scratching their head about, like, huh? I didn't get a packing slip. They sent me an email with like a scan bar saying if I wanted to return anything to the store to use that scan bar. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing digital packing slips now? I don't know if I like that. Probably like one of the few people that hates that, but yeah, I know trees and everything, but I wanna, it made me feel better. It made the order feel complete to me when I saw the packing slip in the box. Alright, so this is still a little bit squishy. Oh no, that's pretty good. Alright, Chungus, let me see where we're at. Okay, that foot's still slightly short, but it's better than it was. Alright, I think like I need to get to coloring, but looking at back here, and I feel like we need to like give you just a slight little fill in here. There was a slight divot here. I don't know if that's gonna help or not. It might. we'll see. I'm just kind of doing like a little, I don't know what to call this, like a little awning. A little rim. A little quarter panel over our back leg. I don't know. It's 46 right now here approximately. It's supposed to go down to like the low 20s tonight. So yeah, I have to be more mindful about what shoes I grab when I take the dogs out just as the sun's coming up or before the sun comes up, because the one pair of Crocs I have, I've had for probably since 2018, and the tread's like completely gone in a couple spots, and I almost slipped on my ass when I took one of them out this morning because the leaves were all frosty and icy. I'm sad because I'm starting to wear down the tread on my flamingo Crocs. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when that happens. Alright. I don't know that that helped. We've got quite a divot going over here. Kinda, sorta. Like in here? Between leggy and back. Like, I'm not sure if this is really gonna do anything to help. It's just kind of filling in there a little bit awkwardly. Kofi Bot's here. Hi, Kofi Bot. Stream Elements did join us today, so that's good. Apparently they're not mad at us for some reason. Alright, Chungus. I'm not sure if this is helping. Be easier if the pressure of my hand didn't keep making it bounce downward. We'd be getting somewhere a little bit faster. Well, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so we had just a little bit of fluff left, so I didn't actually need the other bag, so now I feel silly. But I just wasn't sure. We took it right down to the wire, though. This is all that was left out of that 10-ounce bag. We didn't even have a full 10-ounce bag, so... Some of it.
So you used all the previous polyfill and the new stuff?
No, I didn't use the new stuff at all.
Oh, okay. Well, at least now you have it.
But now I have it so I can make lawn flamingos, I guess. Cats? Stop it. Alright, so we need to pick out a shell color. Let's see here. What would be a good base shell color? I'm kind of thinking camel. I just don't have that much camel fluff right now. Of course I don't. This will go camel and chocolate for the top. And what color is the underside of turtle shells? Is it a little bit greenish, or
Huh?
what's the color of the turtle shells underneath?
Usually they're like yellowish.
Yellowish?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
You're not obliged to follow that color scheme. Do what you want.
So how about the underside? We go with macron. Why didn't I fluff more aqua? I'm gonna go with macron and aqua. Alright, so sorry I stepped away for just a second. Okay. Trying to get our yarn colors here. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to fluff more of that in the middle of this project. Okay. We need our chunky pillow here. I think, well, we kind of need our chunky pillow. Alright, Chungus, I need you to cooperate. Thanks. Alright, so I think we'll work on the underside first. So this is gonna look very similar. Alright, so we're gonna lay in our how do we want to do this? So it would be a ring of aqua there. Did not come, well, we've got a little bit of water. off screen a little bit. Alright, so I'm just grabbing a little bit of water. Just to kind of get this to behave a little bit. Okay, so thinking the top edge of the shell is going to be there. So maybe bottom edge here. And I'm not, oh, you can kind of see the color change there. This is a very light green. So it might be a little bit harder to see against the white, but as we get it kind of compacted around itself, actually, hold on. Hold on. I might... Yeah, I was up a little high. Okay, that's a little better. So we'll work on getting this jabbed into here. As best as we can. It's going to take a little bit because you are stabbing into the polyfill. So, you know, just take your time. Give it the attention that it's going to deserve. Because we're pretty much done shaping now. And this is where we're going to start to paint our canvas. To start to bring our guy to life here. Kofi Bot's having all kinds of fun in the chat. Alright. So you can see the color starting to come in here. I want to wait to add in the darker color until we get this part kind of figured out here. Okay, I think you guys can kind of see that. So if I've got my, there we go. We'll turn that light that way for right now. A little too much light on there. The white that was in the colored yarn was throwing a little bit of a glare back. And it's always awkward working on a creature with leggies when you're adding the color after the fact. Now, I don't know, and I was debating this in my head quite a bit, if it would have been easier to add the color to everything before we attached everything, but I don't know if it really would have, because like as we attached stuff and we thought we were good, then we came back and we added a little bit more anchor support stuff. So I don't know if it really would have been better. Sorry, there's times where I'm gonna tip Chungy to me so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Because sometimes I need to see more than you guys do. Especially when I'm the one with the sharp bits here. I have the sharp tool in my hand. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see that color now that I turned the light the other way. See that a little bit better. Alright, so Chungy is part dino, part turtle, part cow, possibly part dog with the bits of the tail the length. So, we're going to work on the turtle portion at the moment. So we're kind of giving Chungy a bit of a torso turtle shell. Best as we can. All right. So we need a bit more fluff here. So this is Paint Box acrylic yarn that we are currently using. Just putting a little bit of water on my fingers because this stuff is pretty soft, so it doesn't always want to cooperate with me. So I was just making a little fluff snake in my hand. So I'm going to get the edge of where our neck's attaching and coming out of the shell. And again, we want to go a little bit slower in this part because this is our top color now. I want to make sure that we're not just manhandling it, that we're actually paying attention to what we're doing now. And where the color's going in. Making sure we don't get the fuzz in our mouth off the foot. Polyfill is not the tastiest critter. Okay. So we're going to do a ring of our aqua color. Around our where all of our limbs are coming out, appendages and all that good stuff. So we just want to slow things down a little bit, just to make sure that color is attaching in the appropriate places. Sorry, I had to turn Chungy. Where is... Okay, I think that's about right. I think that's right, like distance wise. So this is why I wanted to make sure that when we were compressing the polyfill, that we had it good and taut. So when we came back in with the color, it didn't deform it too much. And that's gonna need another bit of fluff. So some of these colors we're probably going to have to fluff extra on the fly if we run out. Alright. Just want to make sure that we're kind of at the right length there. Try to make them somewhat even. So this is where we get to start having some fun with our coloring. Haven't fully decided on the colors yet, but have an idea of the colors. And, you know, you can tell if your color hasn't been fully attached. Just run your fingers over it. If it starts being real slidey around, then you missed a spot. Now we are using a lighter color here, so that might start to get a little bit hard to see if it's thinned out. So that's why I'm kind of trying to thicken up some of this in spots. I might have to go over this a little bit extra in spots. I should still have a bunch of this color. I know what I'll be doing tonight. We need to fluff some more macaron. Is it macaron or is it macaroon? Macaron green. And definitely some more camel. I think we just refilled. No, we didn't refill the aqua. We need to refill aqua too. All right. So because this is a lighter color, we might not see all of the thin spots, so that's why I want to be a little bit more slow with this process and actually looking at where we're tapping in. Like I can tell right here we're missing some color. Actually, I think I might grab some of our aqua first before we go too much further. Just start wringing out our edges here. Okay. So it's gonna be a little tight in here. See. And then if we have any gaps with the light green up on this edge, we can go ahead and fill those in. So I don't know how much fluff it's gonna take to coat Chungus here. So I've not used polyfill as a base before. So we will be learning together. Alright, I'm just kind of not super tight twisting that, but I am twisting it a little bit just to kind of make it a little bit more manageable, and so we can see where this needs to get attached. And I want a little bit of a ridge there, not a huge one. Oh, careful. Oh, wait, we were going the other way. All right. So, sorry, I kind of need to see placement here. Alrighty. I've been excited and nervous about starting to color him. Alright. It got a little bit thicker than I necessarily think I wanted, but I still think we're probably okay. Okay. Need a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more water. Not a whole lot, just a couple of drops from our bottle cap here. So you can see as you compress it down and you tighten all the fibers back together that the yarn will kind of go back to its darker shade here. So that's gonna go a little bit further, maybe, well, that might be a little high. All right. Put my thumb over that. kind of hold that in place. Realize it'll probably be a little bit easier to see the other color and where it's going in if we start doing a little bit of our edging. So right on this edge, I'm not so worried about that being a little weird because this is going to be a different color in here. Alright, so I guess about here. Roughly. Alrighty. So it's kind of in the right places here, so come on, Chungus. You're so big, Chungus. I don't know what to do with you. Let's not spill my soda though, okay? Okay. Alright, so yeah, that's about where that needs to be there. Alright. A little bit more water here. Alright, so we can kind of put the ring on this other leg here. Alright. Okay. So we'll do this outline on the underside of the shell, right? Around our leggies. This is not a Pokemon, by the way. It is not. I want people to think we're making a Pokemon.
I mean, might as well be.
It's not anything. Okay, well, certainly not an official Pokemon. Fair enough. Okay. Some more of our Macron. Okay. So, we had a thin spot in here. Just Just want to get covered up. I know it's a little bit darker now, but that I moved the other light, but I think it's a little bit easier to see the light green going in now. So this Macron green, it's kind of like a really pale, maybe like a milky mint color. There you go. There's the next yarn color. Milky mint. Okay. Are you still looking for those plans?
Yeah, I'm not actively looking for them right now.
Message James, see if he has any.
I mean, I doubt it, but...
Oh, you never know. He did play it for a while. And I know he's been dicking around on Steam, because I see him late at night popping into different games. Okay. So we're starting to slow down just a little bit. 'Cause my arm is tired. And we don't need to go as deep as we did with the polyfill stabs. We went so deep with the polyfill stabs because we were trying to, you know, put this thing together and make everybody stick to themselves. So we didn't have a chunk of Chungi fall off. That would have been terrible. Fixable, but terrible. Alright. That certainly feels a lot better than the polyfill texture. I will say that. For sure. Okay. So are you guys working on any art projects? What are you guys up to today? Just chilling? Doing busy work in the background? So let's get a little bit more of this. Can work in smaller amounts now. Give my neck a chance to recover a little bit too. All right. Okay. So start to tap this in here. I know we missed that little gap there. That's okay. We'll come back and hit that guy up. Don't worry. So what are you doing? If you're not looking for your plans right now.
Doing a daily op.
Okay, you were typing. Oh no, you're in a daily op. Hi, Momo. Did you just start this daily op?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, guys, give me
Probably
one.
gonna be like 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Can you wait that long, Momo? Or do I need to get you now? Moses. Moses, do you need to go right this second? Hey. Do you need to go right this second? You're gurring. Alright, give me 1 second. I need to stretch my neck out anyway real quick here. I will be right back. I muted the wrong thing for just a second. Hopefully that didn't get me in trouble. Hopefully. It was like 2 seconds. I think only maybe 2 bars of music came through. I don't think it was, hopefully not enough to get me in trouble. Fuck. Well, I guess we'll find out. So what's everybody up to? What you working on? Are you working on anything? You just Twitch surfing? Working on any art stuff? What is your medium of choice? Has anyone made any Christmas presents or whatever holiday you're participating in presents? This is our last handmade gift that we are trying to finish up. Okay. So, sorry about the break there. Momo had to potty. I needed to get up and stretch for a minute anyway. I probably should have ran an ad while we were gone. Just to fill the space. Oh, now Zuzu's here. Why can't you guys do this
Really,
at the
buddy?
same time?
Really? Now you show up?
Y'all need to coordinate better.
Hang on. Let me see if I can crib myself somewhere.
Hang on, come here. Hi. Hi, do I have to get this one now too?
Yes.
Zuzu. Alright. Let me do this again. Hold on, you guys. Okay, let's try this again. Both dogs have now gone potty. Maybe we can get some stuff done now.
Mommy. Mommy.
No.
I got you, Mommy.
You have to figure it the fuck out yourself.
But Mommy.
No.
Mommy.
That's a you problem at this point?
Well, it works for the dog, so...
If you really want to pee in the front yard, I will put a leash on you and take you outside.
Well, Mommy, that's not what I actually want. You gotta figure it out.
Well, that's what you're getting, so... And there's people sitting in a minivan or SUV across the street, so that would be quite an interesting what the fuck are they doing moment for them. And I'm not sure if one of them's our neighbor. Because I can't tell if she has a minivan or an SUV. But there's something that's the same color as her car parked across the street for some reason. Nobody's in the driveway next door. And there's a red SUV parked next to it, and there's people sitting in it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But something's a little strange. Alright. I have to flip Chungy here. I did find out the range out front on my headphones seems to be the mailbox. In our front yard, off my little Bluetooth antenna. Kinda better than I expected, considering the placement of the antenna. Sorry, the husband has a nasal spray, so if that came through, that's what that was. He does it announced, so sometimes when he squeezes it, it sounds like he's gasping, and I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? It's a much nicer texture than the scratchy old polyfill. And a little bit of water. Alright, I think you guys can kind of see. Kinda, sorta. Okay. Getting those armpits is kind of tricky. Oop, don't fall out of the chair. There's been a couple times where I felt like the chair was going to tip, and one time where it did tip forward because of how I was sitting, because the cat wouldn't give me my seat back. Alright, so I mean this is going to take a little bit. To get our color lead into here. So what you guys working on? Yeah, I've got so much I need to work on. And I just don't seem to have the time to do it. I could stay up all night and still not have enough time to get everything done. Alrighty. We might do the head and neck last. Perhaps. And we will see. Alright. So again, I'm just making sure that I've tapped in everything when I'm doing that. Sometimes I'm dragging one of my fingernails across it. I'm not trying to rip it out. I'm just trying to see if anything's gonna move. Because if it moves, then I haven't attached it. And while that might be okay, in some instances, I really want this attached. So let's see. All right. Just kind of need to get into here. So like I said, these armpits can be a little tricky. Trying to make sure that we've gotten the color down in there. So I need to figure out how far over we want the color to come. That's our next question. Where do we want the edge of our shell to start? On the sides. Like we've already established it up in here. Okay. So far, I think this might be a good color choice for our underneath. I don't think we've done a whole lot with this color so far. Okay. Alright, so I think after we get this color in, we'll go back and grab our aqua color. And we'll figure out where the edge of our shell needs to lay in. Sorry, we were a little out of camera there. Sorry about that. Okay. See what we can get done here. So I have no idea what time the mother-in-law is going to show up today, if they're still showing up today. So we might just get this finished before, or finished streaming this afternoon before they show up. We might be doing a bonus stream later. Depends on how I'm feeling after dinner. Dinner might take it out of me. If it does, then I'll record it. I did record working on Chungy's stomach last night. I've got it labeled properly this time, so it probably won't go up until we're done the project now, so that I can have the chance to edit all of that together. Alright, we didn't do your armpit at all yet. Okay. I'm just gonna twist this guy a little bit. I don't want him super taut. Now the other side's in, so one less thing. How far? I was just trying to see where I took it on the other side. Sorry if my head's in the way. I don't think I'm quite in frame at the moment. I noticed when I was working on the chicken, I was getting in frame a bit. Alright, let's see. That looks about... It's about like a good spot. I think. Okay, sorry I keep going quiet. I'm trying to think about what we're doing here. Pay attention to it. You can tell I'm out of my element. Okay. That was a piece of foam from the Chungy mat. Okay. That's not too bad. Alright, so... Okay. Trying to get an idea of where I'm at on the other side so we can try to match this. That's the tough part. Are we going to be able to? Alright. So we're not going to be able to get it super, super tight. But we can get it a little more talked into behaving a little bit. Kind of, sort of. Alright. Just wanted to anchor that a little bit. I guess it doesn't have to be perfectly in the same spot on each side, but I would like to be similar. If possible. Man, Kofi Page just having a grand old time in the chat today. Kind of surprised it hasn't triggered Moobot. So we do have an Amazon wish list now. I've really got to, I guess, move the body chats over to Stream Elements. But the bot of Moose has been with us for so long. And I kind of know how to use the bot of Moose for the chat stuff. Kinda. I haven't really had the chance to look at the Stream Element chat options. Probably should. But this also takes energy and time. That we don't always have. Okay. So we'll get this edged out over here. Don't know how much of this you're actually able to see. This is where our camera angles are really going to start to get awkward. So I do want to make sure that this is good and attached because we've been twisting it. So it's a little bit thicker. Well, that is a thick spot right in that particular spot. spot, like just a little bit up and a little bit down. It's not as thick, but that one spot there. Am I like up too high? No. About the same. Alright, so you into here. I don't think the other one made it in length all the way to the other leggy. I don't think it did. That right there was my fault because I didn't fully anchor that. So when we started to go back to the loose section down here, it ripped it out of where I had tapped it into. Okay. You alright?
Yeah. Alright.
Break over?
Probably.
He was in the middle of doing dishes. Okay, yeah, the other one's not quite over as far. Kind of funny, these are like all acrylic yarn, but they all feel so different. Like this aqua feels a little bit coarser than some of the other big twist yarns. Okay. So, just gonna overlap that side just a little bit. Just a teeny bit. Just so our edge doesn't get too unruly there. Okay. Get that put into there. Hopefully it didn't mute the stream. For my accidental unmute there a few minutes ago. Alright, Chungus. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I'm in an angle where you guys can see, but that I can see too. Alright, I think that's attached. I think. Alright, I need a little bit more water. Okay. Alright. So we'll get this. What? How'd you get in there? No! It's that little piece of chunky bed foam. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm gonna overlap that just a little bit. As I try to figure out where we're gonna take our edge of our leggy here. Sorry, it's really hard to get in here sometimes. Sometimes I don't have enough dexterity. Sometimes I wish I had another pair of hands. Sometimes. I almost need a vice grip to put you in, Chungy. Just to hold you still. Alrighty, so we'll get this worked into here. So I guess on the tail we can like go like here maybe. Hopefully we can meet up with that. In a somewhat even bit there. All right. Alright, so where are we over here? Over here, or here? Okay. So this is the Big Twist value yarn that we're working with at the moment. In this aqua color. The Macron green, which is what this is up here, that was Paint Box. Not sponsored by any of these guys. Kind of glad I'm not sponsored by Joann's right now or Big Twist, because that would be kind of embarrassing for my order to still have not shown up. I'd probably end up losing that sponsorship real fucking quick. What the fuck am I listening to? Hold on. Oh, okay, that's fine. I haven't listened to this playlist in so long. You guys can't hear it, by the way, because I don't want to get in trouble. Hopefully I haven't gotten in trouble when I accidentally unmuted for like a second. I was trying to unmute the mic when we came back from the one puppy run. This isn't a playlist I listen to that often. Alright. Ah! No! Get back up there. I did notice that one of my bags of fluff, I tried to fix a hole on it, and didn't really fix it. I probably should have just did a new bag. I don't remember what happened to that bag. I don't know if that one got caught on my chair. It didn't look like a cat ripped a hole in it. Okay. This song's annoying me now. Excuse me. Okay. We got a week till Christmas Day. We're definitely in crunch time. We're getting everybody wrapped up here. So see if we can get this outline of the bottom of the shell done at the very least. I think we ought to be able to. Now, we probably will be doing a stream tomorrow afternoon, most likely. So make sure you got your notifications turned on. I can't say what time. It could get bumped to later in the evening. It could be a double header tomorrow. Because quite honestly, it's easier just to stream it and then edit the stream, then record everything, and then, you know, I don't know why it feels easier, but it does. It just feels like it's less to edit in the end. I still have to finish editing the rooster. That took a back seat until we get done Chungi all together. That section was a little squishy. Okay, so a little bit more here to get our outline done. This thing looks so ridiculous upside down in this position. I almost feel like Chungi needs a sensor bar. Then you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. So, get this put into here. Okay. Where? Alright, okay. So, take this way. Okay, where's... Alright. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. Okay. That's probably a good spot to go with there. So we're outlining the bottom of Chungi's shell. We're trimming it out. And then we're going to go back to filling in our color. Alright, I need to flip Chungi, sorry. Oh, it's a little bit easier for you guys to see anyway. Okay. Careful, because your hand's right there, or my hand's right there. And I don't know how dense that particular spot is, but I have been finding that certain spots of this guy on the side that the needle's been going into has been going in very freely. So if my hand had been in the way, it would potentially been a problem. Alright, so that's a little thick in that spot. Thicker than I wanted that to be. Now we can probably fix it with the other color coming in. Overlap it a little bit if need be, and at the same time you're a little thin, like not a whole lot, just a teeny bit. Okay. So these two colors are kind of making each other pop a bit. I'll show you that in a second. Now we're not completely done with this color yet. Okay. But we're done with it enough for right now. But I'm gonna close that fluff bag for the moment. Alright, so we're going back to the Macron. Alright, so this is the paint box. Acrylic yarn. So like these two playing off of each other, those look pretty nice. They're lighter, which is fine. I didn't want a real dark color under here. Okay. So gonna line this up on the edge here. As best as I can. I'm gonna have this overlap a bit of the other color there. Well, not the other color, but the other patch of this color. I guess would be a little more accurate. So I'm just tapping this on in. Alright, we're gonna have a little bit of overlapping on the color in some spots. It's gonna help hide any weird color seams, so we don't have any gaps showing, or at least that's the hope. Definitely what we're shooting for. Okay. I am definitely glad we've got the handle. On this guy. Because the little tiny L bracket on the end of these needles is kind of tiny, kind of hard to hold on to, especially if you're holding it for a long period of time. The handle's a little bit more comfortable. Excuse me. I don't think I'm sick. I think it's all from my allergies. Because the Benadryl definitely makes a difference. I don't necessarily feel bad. My throat's just itchy. And a ton of postnasal drip. Which I just can't seem to escape. At least not this year. Okay. So we are compacting it a little bit more as we are putting it in our color. Kind of thought was gonna happen. So we're still kind of making Chungi's shape a little bit different as we're going here. Whether we really wanted to or not, that's happening. Okay. All right. So just want to try to get this put in kind of up against our color here. Sorry, I didn't know what that noise was. I think it's Russell in the kitchen. Panicked for a moment there at the weird noise. Alright, my hand's gonna be in the way for a few minutes. Just for a couple of minutes. Okay. At least I'm hoping that this isn't as lumpy once we get the other color put in. So it is a little strange. But I guess the yarn is tightening up the polyfill a little bit more, I suppose. I mean, I kind of expected it to happen to a small degree. So we had kind of gotten him a little unflattened. And now we seem to be kind of re-flattening him a little bit. Not a whole ton, but just a bit. Gosh, I feel like we didn't get all that much done today, but I guess we got a bit done. We got some more fluff on the underside. We kind of got our back leggies a little bit more secure. We tried to even out the height of our 1 footy. I'm not really sure how much we succeeded there. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it so that you guys can see. It's just not always easy. Okay. Right, that's not bad. You guys can kind of see on that angle. Kind of, sorta. Better than some of the other angles. Okay. So I wasn't sure if this spot was fully attached. It kind of looked almost like it was, but at the same time, it kind of stuck up a little bit higher than the rest of it. That's definitely why I'm scraping it with my fingernail. Sometimes I can scrape it with the needle and see, but sometimes the finger's the real test here. Oh my goodness. All right. Damn it, I keep hitting that light. Yeah, definitely gonna need to fluff some more of this at some point. Don't know if that'll be on stream later, if I manage to get back tonight. We will see. I know we're not doing our walks tonight. That I don't feel up to. Okay, where's... Alright. Okay, so that looks like a good spot there. Start tapping that in, and this is actually holding the yarn pretty well. Like, it's pretty well in there. I'm not having too much trouble getting it to attach to it. So that was definitely a win there. For sure. Okay. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Did you already eat dinner? Is it lunchtime? Is it breakfast time? Where are you guys at in the world? We're having burgers for dinner. I don't really have that many French fries left. So I guess we'll be having rice. I don't know if I'm having any other vegetables with it right now. Probably not, because I just don't feel like cooking. I honestly don't feel like cooking anything tonight. If I hadn't taken the burgers out, I would have been like, fuck it, we're just gonna have chicken nuggets. But we'll probably save the chicken nuggets for tomorrow. Kind of what I'm thinking. It's getting closer to Christmas, and the closer it gets, the less I feel like cooking. Because I'm gonna have to cook a lot next Monday. Oh god, I hope I don't have a migraine. Sorry, there's something else going on, so I'm like, If I have a migraine on Christmas Day, that is going to be a very big problem. Since I'm the one that's cooking. Okay, this is cleaning up the polyfill very nicely. Because the polyfill is really rough and scritchy when you've got it compacted as tight as this. Like, I've looked at my hands a couple times because I'm like, am I getting like a rug burn from it rubbing along the side of it? I don't think I am yet. Hopefully. But it's definitely a better texture than the polyfill. Alrighty. So you're looking pretty good there, Chungus. You're getting your color on here. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard from them?
No. No, I have not.
So we don't know if they're just gonna magically appear or not.
They probably will.
Is she up yet?
Huh?
Is she up yet?
Yeah.
What did she want on her burger, did she say?
Probably just onion and mayonnaise. You don't have any tomato.
Alright, did she say, do I need to cook some of her bacon, or?
You can use some of mine.
Okay. Just making sure that this section's filled in pretty good. It's a little dodgy over here when we put that first bit in there. I just want to make sure that we have come back here and covered any potential thin spots in here. Do you need James's name on Steam?
Did you say something to me?
Yeah, did you need James's name on Steam or?
No.
Okay. Okay. How come it always says you're playing Fallout twice? Steam pop-ups are weird. I'm not even sure why it's popping up. Didn't think I had that turned on. Okay. Let's see, we got time for maybe one more bit of fluff here today. Okay. So put that in there. Carefully. Yeah, I don't want a weird seam here. But I also don't want to lose too much if we overlap. Alrighty. That looks pretty good there. So we're starting to get that color laid in, or this section of color. Alright, so we're a little bit doubled up here. Okay. So, I feel like we didn't get very far today, but I think we kinda did. Like, coloring wise, we didn't get very far. Obviously. I'm not sure what time we started coloring. So I might need to add just a little bit more of this color. in a couple of spots on like this side here. We'll see. It was a little thin. Because we're gonna have another color. We're gonna come back in with our aqua and like rib it out once we get the macron fully in place. Or at least that's the plan. Well, I'm really worried about how long it's going to take to get this color on. So if my neck behaves the rest of the evening, we might come back later tonight for a little bit. Have to see here. So obviously next Monday is Christmas Day. Not planning on doing a stream next Monday. If we do, it won't be till later in the evening, so just a heads up. If I wasn't cooking, then we could, but I'm gonna be busy getting dinner and stuff together. And I can't really give both you guys the same amount of attention, so. But we will be doing something on Christmas Eve. In the afternoon at the very least. If Chungus isn't done, we'll be back late Christmas Eve. Hopefully we get Chungus done. I think we finished Reggie in like the 11th hour. Well, maybe not. We did start a little bit sooner on Reggie, I think. Okay. Alright, so that's how far we are. We got everybody attached here. We got our bottom of our shell outlined. We're starting to get our color laid in on the undercarriage here. He's getting a little bit flatter again now that we're putting the color on. There's not much I can do about that at this point, but that's okay. I wanted him to be a little bit flat anyway. So I'm gonna stop here for right now because I need to go get dinner figured out. I will try to come back later, so make sure your notifications are turned on. And you can also follow the Twitter account because I also post there when we're about to go live. So hopefully I'll be back later. If I'm not, then I hope to see you guys tomorrow because I'm sure we'll still be working on Chungus. So I will see you guys later, and until next time.